Good morning to all of you. I welcomes to all in our lecture series Quantum Mechanics. So let's start. In our last class we have been discussed about Hermitian conjugate or adjoint of an operator, and also we have been discussed properties of adjoint operators with three problems, and also this is an interesting result that if B cap, C cap, D cap whole dagger, it will be D cap dagger, C cap dagger, B cap dagger. That means reverse way it will be going to be considered. So today we are going to discuss about algebra of linear operators. So today's topic is useful for the short questions in your exam. The first one is equality of two linear operators. Two linear operators, suppose A cap and B cap, are equal if they produce the same result when applied to every function. That is, suppose psi is the function and I applied operator A, whatever the result I am going to get, B will be applied and will be going to get the same result. Instead of psi, whatever the function we are going to be considered, the same result when we can found whenever it will be applied either A or B. So hence A cap will be equal to B cap. This is the so-called equality of two linear operators. Okay. So now addition. The sum of two linear operators is defined to be that linear operator which operating on any function produce the same of what the two linear operators would separately produce. That means sum of two linear operators, let the two linear operators are A and B. The sum of two linear operators means A cap plus B cap will be a operator, that is A cap plus B cap is another operator. This whole can be considered as a operator. When this whole is going to be operated on a function, whatever the result we are going to get, the same result we are going to get if separately A is going to be operate on psi plus B is going to operate on psi. If this satisfied, then we can add A cap plus B cap, and suppose this will be C cap, then C cap operated on psi will be equal to A cap plus B cap. Okay. Now we have to move towards product of two linear operators. As addition, the same way we are going to understand the product of two linear operators. The two linear operators is defined as that linear operator when that operator applied on any function produce the same result as the product of those obtained by the application of the two linear operators separately. Here I have been missed one word, that is the product of here. The product of two linear operators is defined as that linear operator. Suppose A cap is one operator, B cap is another operator. So the product of two operators, that will be A cap into B cap. So whole can be considered as suppose C cap. Okay. So C cap when operated over psi, that means I have been multiplied first A cap and B cap and then operated over psi will be equal answer. First I have to apply B cap over operated over psi and the result is again operated by a cap, it will give the same result. Okay. So here a cap into b cap, it is written that product of operators is operated. Product of operators a cap b cap in bracket, first I have been multiplied both the operators value and then I have been applied over psi will be equal to, first I applied b cap over psi and the result is again operated by a cap will be the same answer. The order of operators in the product uniquely determines the order in which the operators act. That means here in case of multiplication, the order of operation is also important. That means suppose first I applied b cap over psi, then I have been applied a cap over the result, will not be equal to a cap will be operated on psi and then the result is going to be operated by b cap. This will be not equal. So here order of operators, which one is going to be applied first and which one is going to be applied second, on the base of that also it will be changed the answer. That means first b cap then a cap, what will the answer? First a cap operated on psi then b cap will be the different answer. Here we can consider one example, simple example. Suppose a cap is e to the power ix, b cap is d by dx. So b cap first operated over a function psi x, it will be e to the power ix into del psi d psi by dx. This is the answer. But if we have to consider reverse way, that first a cap is operated over psi x then b cap, the answer will be different. The a cap is nothing but e to the power ix, so e to the power ix into psi x. Then when b cap is operated over the result, that is a cap psi x, then the answer will be this one. That means d by dx of this function, the whole function. This is the product of two functions. Okay. So the derivative, first derivative of this one will be this one. So hence here we can conclude one thing, that the order in which way, which one is operating first, which one is the operating second, that also the matter on the result whenever we have to consider the product of two operators. Okay. So from this product we can get the commutation rule, that what we are going to be discuss now. So we found that from this example here, what we found, that a cap b cap psi is not equal to, a cap b cap psi will be not equal to b cap a cap psi. So a cap b cap psi x not equal to b cap a cap psi x. Okay. So hence a cap b cap minus b cap a cap psi x will be not equal to 0, because psi x is an arbitrary function. So if this equation is going to be satisfied, then this a cap b cap minus b cap a cap not equal to 0. That means a cap b cap will be not equal to b cap a cap. So here we found one thing, that in case of product of two operators, when it will be operated on a function, the order in which way it has to be operated, that is a matter. But the commutation of two linear operators is going to say some other things that we are going to consider now. If a cap b cap will be equal to b cap a cap, here order is different but the answer is same. If this condition has been satisfied, then we can say that a cap and b cap are commute with each other. Commute is with each other. That means a cap b cap psi will be equal to b cap a cap psi. Here the left hand side is represents that the psi is operated by the operator b cap first, then whatever the result we got, that result is operated by a cap. But the right hand side is tells us that first psi is operated by a cap, then the result is operated by b cap. Both are same. If this condition, if this for any arbitrary function psi x, but or if this condition we can found for any arbitrary function psi, suppose it is a function of x, then a cap and b cap are said to commute with each other. That is, a cap b cap minus b cap a cap will be equal to 0. Or we can say that a cap b cap square bracket will be 0, or it is represented, this commutation is represented by a square bracket, a cap comma b cap square bracket will be equal to 0. Here this square bracket is called as the commutator bracket of the operator a cap and b cap. Thus the operators a cap and b cap are said to commute if their commutator bracket will be 0. So if this condition has been satisfied for the two operators a cap and b cap, then we can say that the two operators are commutes with each other, So here I want to just with few words I am going to be discuss what is the physical significance of the commute of two operators. That in detail we are going to discuss in our next unit. But here the commutation of two operators, that means both two operators or both the two observables can be found at a time. That means suppose this is the dynamics. Suppose this is a dynamics that a particle is moving along x-axis. Suppose this is our x-axis and the particle is moving along x-axis. So at a particular time it has a position, and momentum. Okay. So if x cap is represents the finding the particle or operator of finding the particle or position operator, and px cap is the momentum operator, the two, either we want to find out the position or momentum, both are physical observable quantities, then the commutator, if it will be equal to 0, suppose whenever the particle is moving, its motion is represented by psi x. If this will be equal to 0, that means x cap px cap psi minus px cap x cap psi will be equal to 0. That means we can say x and px both are commute with each other. Here commute means at a time, listen carefully, at a time both position and momentum can be measured accurately. If the commutation, this equation satisfied, if two observables operator is going to be commute with each other, that means the two observables can be measured at a time accurately. If it is not so, suppose x cap px cap commutation is not equal to 0, suppose x cap and px cap we found not equal to 0, commutation is not equal to 0, that means both the physical observable things, or this is representation, x cap is representation of the position, px cap representation of your momentum. That means position and momentum could not be defined accurately at a time. That means commutation between the two operators, corresponding two physical observable operators are not commute with each other, or we can say both are not compatible with each other. Okay, but x cap py cap will be commute with each other. That means suppose this is a 3D motion. Suppose this is the 3D motion, that means the particle is moving in 3D, means it has the component py component and px component, and but along x axis both x and px could not be measured accurately, but x cap position along y axis, momentum along y axis, position along x axis, momentum along y axis can be measured accurately at a time, means commute with each other. These things we are going to get in our next discussions, whenever we are going to be calculate commutation relations between coordinate and momentum operators. Okay, so these things we are things automatically it will be come out whenever we are going to be derive. So for this video up to this much. Next video we are going to be discuss about commutation relations between coordinate and momentum operators. So thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you.